Welcome to Unapologetic Impact with Sarah and Lohifa. The show where doing good isn't quiet, polite, or behind the scenes. Here, impact is bold, impact is abundant, and it's unapologetic. This is Impact Unfiltered.
Every episode, we will spotlight the brave, brilliant, and community-rooted leaders who are rewriting what it means to build change in Hamilton. From grassroots organizations to powerhouse social profits, we bring their stories, their struggles, and their successes straight to you.
And we don't just talk about impact, we energize.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. We amplify it.
Absolutely.
We celebrate the people who refuse to wait for permission to make Hamilton better.
That's right. Absolutely. Well done, Sarah. I think that's so important.
Let's go.
Let's get it.
That's what the city needs.
100%.
Hamilton.
Inspiration, right?
Right.
Inspiration. We need inspiration. We need to move in the direction of change. And
Facts.
we need to spotlight those who are doing it.
Who are doing
And that's what we're here to
Who are
do.
leading.
So excited. You know, Sarah, we say this all the time off camera, but it feels so good to say it here too. Hamilton is full of people who care deeply about this city.
Facts, absolutely. And so many of them are building incredible things with very few resources, especially in the charitable sector. These are folks who are stretched thin. They're trying to do the work and tell their story all at the same time.
That's right.
It's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work, which is why this show matters, right? When charities lose funding, guess what goes first? Marketing, communications, visibility, the very tools they need to get the support.
Exactly. So we created this show to hand them the mic,
That's right.
to give leaders, volunteers, youth, and community builders the space that they deserve. A platform that's real, honest, and accessible. Because if there's one thing that we believe,
There's enough pie.
well, there's enough pie.
There's enough. There's more than enough pie. Absolutely. And collaboration over competition always. When one organization rises, the whole community rises.
Facts. And that's why today's episode is so special. We are talking about community, compassion, and what it takes to serve people with dignity, even when times are tough.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think it's so important to be able to do that, for sure.
Our guest today embodies all of that and more. She is a fierce advocate, a thoughtful leader, and someone who has spent her career building stronger systems of care for vulnerable communities.
Please join us in welcoming Renee Wetzler, Executive Director of St. Matt's.
Hi, thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes, it's so great to
I help you to be here. You two are pretty fabulous yourself.
Thank you very much. I take that. I
appreciate you. Appreciate you.
Fantastic. How are you doing?
I'm good. It's been, super cold out
Of course.
and lots going on in the city and lots of snow, but no, I'm good.
Good.
I have a
Look,
place to go to at the end of the day.
And that is
Right.
something to be thankful for.
Absolutely.
For sure. Well
Yeah.
done. Well done. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Speaking of a place to go to, we have questions for you.
Sure.
Are you ready?
Yes, I
Awesome.
am.
Our first question is, we know that St. Matt's has been such a pillar in the Hamilton community for decades. For those who may not know, can you share a bit about the mission and the vision and values of St. Matt's and who you serve and why?
Yeah. So, St. Matt's has been around for 50 years. And
Congrats.
Yeah,
thank
huge
you.
milestone.
Thank you. Yeah, you were at our celebration last November, and it was quite something because when I started 8 years ago, the place wasn't doing that great. And as I said to the audience and at the anniversary, the place was almost bankrupt. And it got through a lot of tough time, and funding was always an issue, and trying to find the right fit and leadership was a challenge. So when I started 8 years ago, I didn't know a lot of that stuff. So I just decided to jump on in as I do. And, St. Matt's is really about hope. And that's something that we try to wrap ourselves around all the time. Not to live in fear, but to live in hope and to keep moving forward.
Sure.
We serve people across the city who are unhoused. We help children, with our childcare programs from 0 to 12. So knowing that there's at least 200 families every single day that count on us to take care of their kids is really important to us, especially for women
Exactly.
trying to get a job and trying to find a way to get education and all that stuff. And we've seen a lot of vulnerable kids in our program over the years. And, with the legacy of Angela Dowda, who was our childcare manager for a long time, she really focused on that family connection, making sure that kids had something good to eat. And you've, certainly kept that legacy on, because we know also sometimes that the food they get at the childcare center is sometimes the best food that they're going to get.
Right.
And that's nothing against the families. It's just the reality of what the situation is right now. For seniors, we focus on food, housing, and income security, just to ensure that everyone has a place to live, they got food in their fridge, and they get the right supports to keep themselves healthy. And, we're in a neighborhood where mortality rates are such that you're going to die by the time you're 65 on average. And we know in other parts of the city, you can live till 85, 95. So when we talk about aging, I always think about the fact that, for women, the average age of death living as a homeless woman is, in your early 30s. So aging looks different, from our perspective anyways. And then most recently, we've been really involved in providing responses to people who are unhoused, especially during this terribly cold weather.
Exactly. Exactly.
And so for us, that means we go places where others won't go. We have a street outreach team, and they're out 7 days a week. And they walk all around the city, looking to connect with people who don't have anywhere to live. So I'm very proud of the work that our team does. We have a great organization, and really our vision is to be a place of hope where people thrive.
Love that. I love that. Thank you for sharing, Renee. Thank you for the work you're doing.
Thank
It is so important. It is so critical. And it is really difficult for families in these challenging times. Economically, just the cost of living. So in your, in your experience as a leader of this organization, what do you feel are the biggest economic challenges that nonprofits are facing right now?
So now, funding I've been working in not-for-profits for over 30 years. And you've been involved in this kind of, we need money, you need money. But beyond that, I find that looking for inspirational leadership can be a challenge for agencies. Looking for leadership that's willing to step outside the box and to take risks. And certainly we've done that. And, maybe it's just I'm, always hopeful. So we always take risks. But I sometimes, especially now, see that organizations are pulling back because of the economic reality.
Right.
And they're not willing to innovate in a way that allows for that risk taking to happen. But for our organization, we have a board of directors that is so committed, compassionate, and they also have a good head on their shoulders. So they understand that we operate from our heart and our head.
Yes.
But, the challenges are real.
Right.
But for us, having, like I said, been almost bankrupt 8 years ago,
Right.
there's only way to go but up right now. Oh, so anything is great. Yeah.
Absolutely. And speaking of leaders who are inspiring and who take risks, I think of 412 Button and the work
Yes.
that you've done there, and just being in the vicinity of that 2 years ago. I think it was 2023 that I was there when it was just being put up, and then being there more recently where people have moved in and are safe and warm and have community and are cared for. I think that's just brilliant. Yeah, well done. Well done. Well done. Cheers to more risk
Yes.
and more inspiration, because we need that in
Yes,
leadership very
very
much.
Yeah.
So in spite of the challenges, because we talked quite a bit about challenges that nonprofits face, what motivates you? What keeps you going?
The people,
Okay. All right.
both in terms of vulnerability, obviously, it just makes you want to help or do something and not stand still.
For sure.
But I see a lot of potential in our organization. I'm going to retire in a couple of years, and I can't believe I'm even saying that, but it is true.
All right.
So I'm really focusing on fostering younger leaders to learn how to
Of course.
step up and learn how to take risks and learn how to be a voice at the table. And I think of particularly, for example, our childcare manager, Tanisha Garrett.
She's awesome.
She's awesome.
Amazing.
A couple of years ago, 3 years ago, she was just focused on, what can I do in the classroom? And we've worked together, and now she's working on an equity, diversity, inclusion, and belonging plan to create childcare outside of regular hours.
Wow.
And how do we deepen connection with families?
Wow.
And how to make sure that equity is a living part of what we do. We don't just take the workshop and talk about it.
For sure.
And, how do we identify ourselves? And I proudly say we have a lot of queer folks working in our organization.
Yeah.
And that is certainly something that, as a leader myself, I foster. And I encourage others to be out, but if they don't want to be out, that's fine too.
Right.
But I'm finding more and more in our organization being out and being loud and proud
Right.
is a big part of our identity. And I'm so proud of that.
Good. As you should be. Right? It was an inspiration that you've provided, and I think that's critical.
Yeah, paving the way.
Shameful. Well done.
So thinking about the work that you're doing and, the direction that you're headed as an organization, what are some things that you wish people understood about the realities in the nonprofit sector?
So I think people don't understand that, when you take this on, it is a 24/7 commitment.
It never ends.
Sure, it never ends.
Doesn't stop.
No.
No sleep, no slumber.
And it is a very specialized focus when it comes to running a business, right? It's not like running a regular business, but you do have to have a head for business for it to be successful.
For sure.
People always don't see that part of it. And so I have to worry about insurance policies and liabilities and investment funds like a business does. And people sometimes don't understand the learning curve that people have to go through when they come into the sector. People come in as a frontline worker, as a social worker, and suddenly they realize, hey, I want to do more, but I'm going to have to learn a lot about how it takes to run a business and how to, maintain that balance of doing good and doing well smartly as well. So, I don't think people always understand that. People hear about the need and then they hear about the call for money.
Yeah.
And all that part in between doesn't always get focused on.
And make it
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Great answer. Great answer. I have another question for you. If you could wave a magic wand and have the entire community rally around one urgent need, what would that be?
Affordable housing.
Okay, love it.
Surprise, surprise.
No, and you live it too with your work at St. Matt's. So for those who may not understand the context in which you've provided that answer, can you elaborate a bit?
Yeah, it's hard to go to school if you don't have a place to live. Right. It's hard to have food if you don't have a fridge to put it in.
Right.
Affordable housing, and particularly deeply affordable housing, allows a person to live in dignity and to live well. We talk about the social determinants of health. Having a home means that you can shut the door when you want to, or you can invite friends over and be sociable and live a good life that way as well. And when people think about affordable housing, they sometimes think about those people, right? They gotta put them away, stick them aside. And, we even had that challenge when we decided to build the 412. People were saying, you can't put affordable housing next to childcare. Well, that's so not true. And in fact, we built a gate between the two backyards so we can have the intergenerational engagement, right? And that's very exciting to me. So I think the lack of affordable housing is one of the, it's a real challenge and it's not that hard to solve. Of course, it takes money, but it does take that creativity. Right. We have exciting opportunities with modular builds like we did with the 412. And we're working with some pretty amazing people in our world who, they're known across Canada and around this world for that type of work. And I think if people could jump on board and get that focus, we need to provide that meal to a person every day. Right. But we also need to focus on the bigger picture and provide stability as well.
Absolutely.
Housing first.
Deeply aware. Absolutely. Thank you for doing that, for the work you're doing. Well done. Well done.
Renee, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining us, for your honesty.
Yeah.
For your incredible work that you're doing every single day with your team. It means so much. You are truly an unapologetic force for good in the Hamilton community. We love to see it.
Thank you. Well, you inspire me. Keep going. You inspire me too, and all of us. So absolutely.
To learn more about St. Matt's House and how you can get involved, visit stmatthewshouse.ca. All right, people, it's that time. Welcome to the hot seat. Powered by the people. This segment is powered by the people. where your questions set the tone and we bring the real talk.
Absolutely. Every episode, we ask you to send in your questions through our social media channels. And let me tell you, you do not hold back, okay? These questions come straight from leaders, dreamers, and doers shaping this city.
Together, we'll be stepping into the hot seat, giving you our honest, unfiltered perspectives on what it takes to build bold impact in Hamilton and beyond.
Here we go.
Let's go.
All right,
Let's
we got our
go.
first question.
Okay.
I'm tired and community work feels overwhelming right now. How do you stay motivated when the needs are so high?
Woo, it's a big one.
Yeah, it is.
It's a big one. It's hard in these streets.
It's very hard.
We know this.
Especially now.
It's a tough
Especially
time.
now, it's a tough time.
It's a tough time. People are struggling. From where I go with that immediately is just being reminded of your why. Why are you doing this work? Why is it so important? And imagine what it would be like without it.
Absolutely.
So what is at stake if this work doesn't
Being centered and stabilized by your why.
Right.
By the thing that motivates you. I think that's so important.
It's critical. And to also think of, don't think about the issue as a whole,
Right.
because we're going to get paralyzed with fear of taking it on. There's a saying about eating an elephant, right? How do you eat an
One
elephant?
at a time.
But don't be mean to elephants. We need to think of right?
You always warn me about that, right? Don't talk about eating an elephant. No, let's talk about soothing an elephant.
Yes, one pat
One pat at a time.
One
How
pat at
about
a
that?
time.
Okay, let's be kind to animals.
Thanks.
All right, great answer. Thank you. Always come back to your why. That's the most important thing. Have it sent to you. All right, what's our next question?
Next question. How do we build partnerships when organizations might seem territorial or protective?
Oh, that's a good one. And I think a lot of people have experienced this, and they typically just fall into competition, but you have to move the opposite way. You have to move into collaboration. Everyone is unique unto themselves, and everyone has strengths that are different from others, and everyone has a sauce that is different from others. No matter what you do, if we have the same recipe and we follow it to the exact same degree, we will not turn out with the same outcome, because you bring a sauce that I don't have, and I bring a sauce that you don't have. So I think going back to that point of understanding that everyone has different strengths, and together we are stronger, because you're bringing your unique piece, I'm bringing my unique piece, and focusing on the outcome of collaboration. It's always greater than the outcome of competition. Always, because you go at each other. But in collaboration, you go at the issue. And that's where you win.
We're in this together.
Absolutely.
We're stronger together, people.
We are. We absolutely are. We must focus on that always.
And what we said before, there's enough pie.
There is more than enough
There's
pie.
enough pie
More
to
than
go
enough pie. Or rice. So whatever you like. I love rice. There's more pie, more rice, more ice cream. What are people eating these days?
All of that. I'll have some of that.
All the good stuff. All right.
All of that and more.
All of that.
Collaboration over competition.
Absolutely. Always.
Guys, the work is hard enough. We don't need to make it more difficult on each other.
No, we don't. We need to pull each other in with the way we support each other, with the way we lift each other up. When it becomes hard for someone, you be that person that lifts them up. Don't be that person that puts them down. I think that's so important. It goes a long way.
Love it.
Let's go. Question 3.
What else we got here? Okay.
Question 3. What actually makes donors stay and what makes them leave? That's a good one. You should take that one.
I will take that one.
That's a Sarah question.
I will take that question. Yes, I will. Okay, what makes donors stay? What makes them leave? So this question is obviously in the context of philanthropy, in community organizations, fundraising. And so many of our charities rely on the critical support of donors, of community, just to keep the doors open, the lights on. What needs to happen here is the old saying goes, people give to people.
Right.
People give to people,
Right.
not causes.
Right.
And a lot of people have that flipped. And it's like, oh, we're this organization.
Right.
We've been around for a long time.
Right.
Everyone knows us. No, they don't. No, they don't.
No, they don't.
Are you building relationships,
Absolutely.
genuine, authentic
Right.
relationships, fundraising, donor acquisition, donor retention,
Right.
keeping people once you get them,
Right.
encouraging them to grow their support from maybe a, first time $50 donor, $25 donor to maybe your next transformational gift, like
Sure. Yeah.
That takes time,
100%.
relationships, and playing the long game.
Yeah. And I think going back to what we said about collaboration gives you the opportunity and the foundation to build relationships and to strengthen relationships, and also an invitation to extend yourself into developing relationships. All the more reason why you should pursue collaboration over competition. And relationships are key. Relationships are so important. I think Renee spoke about that, how building relationships within her organization, outside of her organization, have helped their mission here in Hamilton. So I think that's critical. Amen to all of that.
Amen. Amen to all of that and more.
And more, and more. Fantastic. We have another question. Sarah.
Another question came in from folks on social media. What's one thing you both believe that Hamilton needs more of right now? Ooh, that's a good one.
That's a really good
One
one.
thing that we believe. Who wants to go first? You go first.
Oh, wow. One thing that we need more of.
Oh, I'll go. Oh, you need a minute?
I mean, I think it's more than one thing, Sarah.
Okay,
That's
well, we
the
give you two
difficulty.
because you get one, I get one.
It's hot. It's hot. Okay, all right. I would say something bold, something collaborative, like we discussed, abundant mindset, supporting local leadership. I've always spoken about this. We need bold, risk-taking, innovative, inspiring leadership. Yeah. I can keep going.
Keep going.
You go, girl. I'm equitable over here. I like to share.
She's sharing the bag. She's sharing the space.
I like to share.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so second that.
Right.
Ditto to all of it.
Of course.
Raise my hand. Yes. I also feel, so Renee touched on it, you did, innovation.
Of course.
Resiliency.
Right. Risk-taking.
Grit.
Right.
Rigor, determination. The work is hard. The work is hard.
Of course.
So having that just, nose to the grindstone, I will not give up. I refuse to give up. We are not going down.
Right.
We are staying not just afloat, but we are thriving.
Keep going no matter what.
And we bring people along with us.
Right.
And we do that in partnership with community, in community.
Right.
And the other thing is hope.
Yeah.
I think we just need to bring it back and keep it simple here.
Sure.
We need to be
Give something
hopeful.
to look for. Give people something to look forward to.
Yes.
It's lacking greatly. It is lacking greatly. And I like
Hey, why is it lacking greatly? Like, what do you think? What's going on here?
Well, I think people are focused too much on problems, too much on issues. And yes, that should be our focus, but then shift the perspective. Focus on it to solve it, not to sit on it, not to whine, not to do a little dance in there that gets you more and more, what's the word? I'm missing a word now, but it keeps you depleted of hope. It really just eats at any possibility of hope that you have. When you have a challenge, you have to come at it from a perspective of, here's an opportunity for me to apply myself as a problem solver, as an inspiration, as an innovator, all the things we said, as a leader, right? And it really taking on that invitation, I think, is important. People don't really see those things as an invitation. They see it as, oh my goodness, right? It's a challenge, really.
It's a challenge.
Yeah, it is a challenge, but it's also an invitation.
That's right. I love that.
Right.
Don't shy away from it.
Do not. Jump in.
Go.
Let's go.
Okay, another question.
Oh, I love it.
That's a question. We got another one.
Exciting. Let's go.
So the work's hard. We talked about this. The working community is difficult.
It is hard.
It's not easy. When we think about, ourselves as people who are advancing community, who are building community, who are often, working in community, working with.
Right.
How do we take care of ourselves? That's the question, is what do you do to take care of yourself? This work is hard. That I got to go.
Well, I think in many ways you have to be clear on what you enjoy, what do you like, what brings you inspiration, what brings you laughter, what brings you happiness, what moves you forward. And you also have to find those people, because when you can't do it for yourself, you have to be surrounded by people who will do it for you. I love to laugh. Everybody knows that about me. I love to laugh. I like that. I love to be joyful. That always inspires me, no matter what. When challenges are before me, it is joy that propels me to want to be a problem solver within those circumstances, right? So I think that's really important. And I love to eat.
Girl.
So
We love
we
love
we love food. We love food. But I think because you are working in community, you find ways to reinforce those good relationships, those positive notes, those things that lift you up with that community that you're working in, right? You collaborate towards joy.
That's right.
Yes, and I think that's so important. I know you and I do that all the time. We go out and get food. You know, we cheer each other on.
Yes, you do.
We have to explain that one. The next episode.
We'll do it. We'll come back to this one. We'll come back.
But no, I think ultimately it really is being deliberate about one, getting to know yourself, right? Knowledge of self is key. What are the things that drive you, that move you? Who are the people that drive you and move you and bring you joy? And then sitting in all of that and making sure you're taking time out. You schedule everything. Oh, and I know you schedule your moments to enjoy yourself and treat yourself and go to the gym. We were at the spa. There's so many things that we do. And I think in many ways, you know, you don't even have to spend money, right?
No.
Read a good book, make yourself a nice meal,
That's
right?
right.
Call a friend who inspires you, or you be that friend and call someone and inspire them.
Yes.
Right? In many ways, right? I think there's just, the options are endless.
You have to be that for yourself.
Absolutely.
It's your responsibility
Absolutely.
to take care of you.
Absolutely.
You cannot, the saying, you know, put on your face mask before you
Oxygen mask.
your oxygen, whatever. I'm still thinking of COVID. I'm still like, oh,
Well, that too. Yeah, you have to save yourself. Yeah, you do.
Put on your oxygen
Make sure you're
mask
good.
first. Yeah.
Right, make sure you're good.
And take care of yourself and know, like you said, what brings you joy, what ignites that like inner child in you, what makes you giggle and just feel like, you know, who were you?
The world.
Yeah, and who were you before the world told you essentially who you are? Right? And to go back to that and find that voice.
That's a good one. Yeah, it's all part of writing your story, right? Because if you don't write your own story, someone will do it for you.
Someone's going to do it for you.
Absolutely.
You told me, I remember a long time ago. So this one told me about my birthday was coming up. I love my birthday. Shout out to everyone who loves to celebrate their birthday.
Of course. You celebrate yourself.
It's like, oh, I want to do this and that. And I just kind of defaulted to the assumption that somebody would do it for me. And Lohifa's like, girl, plan your own birthday party. Yes, like make it what you want it and celebrate yourself.
100%.
There's no shame.
Wait for no one.
Wait for no one.
For no one.
Do it now.
Do it now.
Let's go.
Do it proud. Let's go. I love it. That's a good question. I like that one.
Love it.
I think it's important to remind people to come back to center, right? We started off by saying know your why, but then also find ways to continuously invigorate yourself, right? With all the things that center you within your why. I think that's so important. That's a good note to end on.
Thanks.
Well done. Well, thank you very much, everyone, for sending in these questions. We love hearing from you, learning from you, and answering the questions that matter most.
People, keep them coming. Your questions are the heartbeat of this segment, and we're going to be back every episode with our insights and our honesty.
Can't wait. Yes.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in and for showing up for community. Keep sending in your questions, keep supporting the organizations that you believe in, and keep building a Hamilton where everyone rises.
Yes.
This is where courage meets community. This is where impact gets loud.
Yes, this is Unapologetic Impact. See you next time.
See you next time.